Good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. I hope you all are having a great Wednesday so far. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be going over setting up a personal website, and I'm going to show you some different tools that you can utilize with the personal website. So this will be something that's going to be very beneficial. The great thing with our personal websites, if you are a agent in our system, if you are a title rep, a broker, loan officer, you all have access to the personal websites. So I'm going to walk you through setting them up and showing you kind of some tips and tricks and things that you can do with some of the website options. So we're going to be covering that. Just to give you an update, Emily is just about done with the flyers, so I should have a little sneak peek of those for you by next week, and then they should be live within the next week or so. So that's something we are finishing up on. There's a lot of programming involved with that, but it's going to be super cool for you guys, and I'm really excited for you guys to see some of the new flyer options and some of the options that you'll be able to do to customize those flyers. So it's going to be super cool. She's working on that. We also, I'm not sure if you saw last week, but we do have some new water bottle label templates that you can choose to purchase for your properties. So we updated the templates for you, so you'll be able to see that there's some different options on here. So you can do some solid colors, some colors with white, and then there's some other options. You've got the stripe on the top, a little triangle here looking one, round. So you'll have these options. What it's going to do is it's going to pull the photos from your photo gallery. It's going to pull your agent information, have your property website on there. These are great if you're going to be holding an open house, doing events, anything like that. You can have your agent information on there with the property. These are great little tools to kind of get more exposure for the listing. Just so you know, we just provide the water bottle labels, not the water. So you'll have to go get your water on your own. But what we do is we send you the water bottle labels. You can choose to order in quantities of 24, 48, and 96. So you can choose to do those. You can change out the colors, and then it will autofill in all of your agent information. So this is something that you'll be able to utilize, but we're really excited for these just because they are brand new templates and they look amazing. So we're super excited about that. Other than that, we're just working on some new updates in the system. So as I know more information, as always, you will be the first to know. So I always try and share as much information with you as I can as soon as I know the information. So let's go ahead and get started with our topic. We've got a nice jam-packed webinar today, so I really want to make sure we cover everything. So to get to your personal website on all levels, you'll go ahead and you'll click on your personal tab over to the over to the left-hand side. When you click on the personal tab, you'll get the drop-down menu. The first option is going to be personal websites. So we're going to go ahead and click on personal websites. Now, if you do not have a personal website in the system, then what you'll be able to do is if when you're on this system here, you'll see that there's an add new button. So this is where you're going to want to start. This is going to be your section that this is your kind of starting point here. So when you click on add new, what it's going to do is it's going to ask you for a description. Now this is only for you to see, and the reason why we give you the description, because if you want to create multiple websites through our platform, you can do that. So you can create a main website about yourself. You can create another website about a community, or if you specialize maybe in first-time buyers, you could create a website specific about that. Maybe you work with for sale by owners. That's something you specialize in. You're so good at doing that, then you can do that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go where it says add personal website. You're going to go ahead and just name your description. So this is just for you to see. This is going to be my main website. So I'm going to name it main website and I'm going to hit save. So now when I do that, what it's going to do is it's going to take it to where I can start doing the design, changing the content, really making edits to my personal website. So here, what we can do, I want to pick my theme first. I really want to go ahead and create this for, I want to create it for myself. I want to have a top-notch website that stands out from anybody. So when you click on theme here, this is going to take you to your layout choices. This is going to give you all the different website options that you can choose from. What I personally like is layouts 13 and 14. These are going to be more hands-on for you to go through and customize. Whereas if you get down into some of these other templates here, it's going to be more customizable for our graphics team. We'll have to change out the photos for you, change out the colors on the website, font, and all of that stuff. That would be up to us to take care of. So the time can be a little extended on getting your website set up if you do custom route. Whereas if you choose one of these newer templates, this is going to be more so for you to go ahead and do. So I personally, one of my favorite templates that we have, it's our newer template, is Layout 13. So I'm going to go ahead and select Layout 13, and I'm going to hit Save. So now my template is saved. I can go in and start making the customization options. So you'll see here that you now have an option section. Let's go through and we'll actually customize the information here. So when you go through the customization here, you guys can see my screen, right? A few of you are saying you can't see my screen. You should be able to see it. If for any reason you're not, let me know, but you should be able to see my screen. So when you go to the options section here, this is going to take it to where you're able to actually customize your website here. So it's going to take you through the different options. So if we start here at theme options, we've already picked our theme. We're good to go with that. So now we can start doing the homepage design. So if I click on homepage design, now it's going to give me some different options. So I can choose the header style. So I can choose to do header 1 or header 2 if I want to. So it's going to see a little image here, and I can click on Save Changes. So then it updates those changes, and you're able to see exactly what those changes look like. So you can really play around with the homepage designs. What you can do is if you want to hide the featured listings or hide the property search, you'll see that the property search for IDX already populates on there for you. If you want to hide that, you can check these boxes and it will remove the featured listings or the property search. So we'll go ahead and keep those on there. Now the other cool thing is you can change the background image. So if I want to change the image out, I want it to be something a little bit different. Maybe I specialize in beachfront homes. I can change to do the different image on here. So I can save my changes here. Also through the homepage options, through the background images, if you want to use a custom image, you can definitely do that. So you can choose to upload your own image. What you'll have to do is you'll upload it into your file locker. So if you click this, this will take you to your file locker. What you do is when you're in the file locker, you upload your image and then it's going to give you the URL. So you'll copy the URL in here. If you have a video you want to do, so the background image is going to be a custom video, you can also choose to do that. And with the custom video, that's going to be the same thing. You can either do the YouTube ID, or if you have the background image link, you can choose to do that as well. The main text is going to be this text here. So it says it's time to find your dream home. If you want to customize that, you can type in something different. So you could even say, I'm just going to do something silly. Welcome to my website. So you can see here, you can change the text that's on there. You can really customize the information that you have on here. Down here, you have the greeting. It says, hello, I am Angie Miller. And then the tagline, your dedicated realtor from Aliso Viejo. So if you want to change those taglines, like for instance, I can say, hello, my name is Erin. And then I can even go through and change out the tagline if I want to. So from here, I can save those changes, and now we've gone through and we've kind of customized the homepage design. So now what I can do is I can go to homepage sections. So on the website, you'll see you've got this little welcome to my website. You've got some features. You've got Let's Work Together blogs. So if you're doing blogging features, you can do that. You even have the office map option. So if you want to display where your map is, you can really go through and customize that. You do also have the IDX listings. So if you want to do the IDX search, you can choose to have that populated on there. So if you do make any changes, just make sure that you are going through and customizing and saving. So if you customize, make sure you hit that save button. You can always click here on the little edit pencil too, and then it gives you the option to customize this text too. So if you wanted to change up, maybe you don't really like this section that says that's where I come in. So you can erase that section and add in something else, or if you have more of a little intro that you like, you can go through and do that as well. So it gives you a lot of flexibility being able to change the actual content on there. You do also have some sub-page options as well. So if you want to do some different images here, it will give you the different choices. So if you want to do call to action links, if you want to have your property communities or IDX communities, you can choose to add these on and really play around with it. So have some fun with this section. You can really go through and use that as a website builder. And, you know, for me, I've tried using WordPress sites to do some blogging and stuff like that. And WordPress can be a little difficult. Especially for me, sometimes it's hard for me to navigate through. Whereas this, you can really click through and you can click on the little set of eyeballs. It will give you an example of some gallery photos, stuff like that, that you can take a look at and see. So it's pretty easy to go through here and change out some of the images and all the different changes. So the other things that you can do is you can really dive in and you can change the content on the website. So when you go back to the main property tab or the main personal tab and click on personal websites, you'll see you have this little pages section here. Now the pages are going to be each one of those content-driven pages that you have displayed on your actual website. So we do create some default pages for you to utilize. You'll have a My Listings section, which is going to have any of your active listings that you have under your account. They'll automatically populate on this page. You have a Home Value page, which is going to be your CMA report or your CMA website evaluation. You have a buyer's glossary, a seller's glossary, or a buyer's page and a seller's page, and then you have the glossary with some different terminology and things that happen throughout the real estate industry. So these are the default pages that we do create for you. The great thing is say that you're not interested in having the gallery page on here, but you don't want to completely delete it. Where you see here these little green dots for the desktop and the mobile, you can choose to turn the pages off without fully deleting it. So now it will be hidden from your website, but you still have this as an option. So maybe you want to turn it off. I saw an agent, they did a while back, they did custom pages for the different seasons throughout the year. So they had a page for winter, spring, summer, and fall. So for every time that the season changed, she would go in and she'd turn off the winter one and turn on the spring page. But she always kept those on there because each time, each season, she would go through and she would change it out. So that's the cool thing is if you ever want to keep that information and not fully delete it, you can do that too. If you want to delete it, you can simply just click here on this little delete button, click delete, and that page is gone. So you could really go through and change out the information. You may not want the gallery on there, but you may want some other information. The great thing too is we have it to where you can add in your own pages. So you can click here on this add page option. When you click on add page, it's going to give you a little modal here that you can go through and you can create some custom pages. We have some pre-generated content pages. So if you want to display all of your sold properties, you could choose to do a sold property list if you want to. If you want to add on IDX, if you're using the IDX functionality, you can simply just click on the IDX search. You can select your search option. And the great thing is when you're going through and you're adding this in, we do pre-generate this for you, but you can always change the information. So you could say new property search or something like that, however you want to put it. New property search, or you could say view properties, view listings. So however you want to do it. And then you can go to add. And then it adds that page in. So you can click and drag the pages too. So if you want to bump this one up maybe all the way to the top, you can click and drag. Maybe you want the listings actually to be ahead, or you want the home value to be the very last option. You can go through and click and drag it to the areas that you want. The other great thing too is if you want to group pages together. So instead of having them all pages, I'll show you what I mean exactly. Let's pull this up here. So see how it has separate little pages here. You have My Listings, New Property Search, you have the buyer, seller, home value. So say that I want to group together buyers and sellers. So what I can do is I can click on Add Group, and I'm going to say More Information. We'll click on Add. And now I have my group created, so I'm going to move this over. I'm going to take this seller's page and I'm going to drag it right below the group. I'm going to take the buyer's page and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to just move it under here. So now if I refresh my website here, you'll see that there's now a More Information tab, and those buyers and seller pages are now under that tab. So if you're going to have multiple pages and multiple content, we recommend grouping them together. So then now at that point, you have those drop-down menus that you can use. So you can just click and drag those around. You can name them whatever you want. The great thing is if you have an outside website that you want to link to that has nothing to do with any of our pre-generated pages, you can go through and you can click on this link to an outside website, and it gives you an option to put in your URL. So you have a lot of flexibility with the content that's on here. The great thing is it's free for you guys to be able to go through. Sky's the limit with what you put on your website. So if you have content that you really want on there that may not be pre-generated in our website, you can go through and you can customize it. You can view the pages. You can see exactly what they look like. So if you wanted to go through and view that front page and see exactly what is on that page, you can do so by clicking on view. The title is going to be the actual title for that page. So if they were to click on the My Listings page and you wanted to change it, that's to say view my listings, you can change out the website menu as well. So it gives you a lot of flexibility being able to do that. You can change out all of that content. The pages, if you actually want to go through and write some content for that page and have it displayed, you can add in pictures, videos, links, text. You have a full WYSIWYG editor, so you'll see here, this is going to be your WYSIWYG editor. You can go through and embed stuff by clicking on source. If you want to add in pictures, you can click on the image option. So you can go through, you can start writing content by clicking on this option here. You have so much customization that you can do with this. The last option you'll see too is the meta tag. So you can edit the meta tags. We do this for you automatically. So if you want to go in and do more enhanced meta tags and meta descriptions, you can do that within this section. We give you a little question marks here. So I would advise reading through just to kind of understand exactly what they are. Because if you mess with this, this is kind of your SEO stuff. So you don't want to get too in depth with it. If you're not sure what to do, I would leave it as is. But if you're familiar with meta descriptions, meta keywords, and all of that, you can go in and mess around with that. There was a question asking if I have my own domain name, can I point it to my website within Agent Marketing? And the question is yes. So what you can do is if you go to your personal tab here over to the left-hand side, you can click on Domain Management. From the domain management section, if you want to purchase a domain name, you can do so by clicking on I need a domain and then putting in your domain that you want to purchase. You can hit search and see if it's available. If you have a domain name, say you purchased Erin Agent from GoDaddy, what you can do is you can click on Show Me How. And we're going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to change those DNS settings through GoDaddy or wherever you purchased your domain name. So you'll have to go through and change out the DNS settings, change the A record, and add in our IP address. So we do give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that if you have an existing domain. And you'll just have to follow those steps and you'll be good to go for getting that domain over. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions now. Let's see what questions you guys have here. Sorry, just going through some of these questions here. Is there an add new page where you would do the 4 seasons pages? No, that agent actually went through and created custom content pages for that. So what she did is she clicked on the pages tab and then she went in and she created a brand new blank page. So where it says create your own 1-column custom page, she went through and she created those pages on her own and added in her own images, her own content and whatnot on those pages. Where would my property sold pull from? Do you have to enter it in? So your property sold would come from your property tab. Any sold properties that you have listed under properties would pull in and display on your personal website. So if you add in that sold page, that's where that information would come from. Sorry, just reading through some of your questions here. Can you create a website for one of your team members? You can, but what it's going to do is it's going to populate with your information. So what we recommend doing for team accounts is having general information. So come up with a team name. You could do it that way, or if they want to have their own website, then they can create their own agent marketing account and do it that way. Going over the background images, what questions did you have about that, Sharon? All you have to do is if you want to upload an image, to override any of the images we have, you have to add it into your file locker. So when you go to homepage design, and if you want to do a custom background image, you have to click this to on. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give you an option to go to your file locker. So you'd click here, going to take you into your file locker and say you want to use this image for the main image. You're going to copy this URL. You're going to go back into Agent Marketing and you're going to paste it into this section. And then you'll see that it will now populate with that image. And you can always do a mobile image too. So if you want a different image for your mobile option, you can choose to do that as well. And that's going to be the same for the custom video as well if you want to do that too. We go back to the questions. Were there any other questions? It looks like that's it. Did you guys have more questions? More questions? More questions? So next week, what we're going to be doing is going over marketing materials. So I'm going to show you some different add-ons of things that you can do to not only help generate more leads for your properties, but also some different tools and things that are going to help announce your properties a little bit more. So you'll be able to have access to that next week. We will go ahead and cover that information. And then the following week, I've had a lot of people asking about how to create squeeze pages. So we're going to be doing a squeeze page option. That's going to be something that you'll be able to utilize for lead generation. So we'll do the squeeze pages next week or the following week to go over more information on how to create those. If you guys think of any questions after we're off the phone, feel free to give us a call. Our support hotline number is at the top of our website. You'll see the 949-328-5050 number. And then you also have this here, the little chat bubble, so you can always chat us and ask us any questions as well. I will be uploading this onto YouTube as soon as we're off the call. So if you want to rewatch, you're more than welcome to. You can do the YouTube channel replay by clicking on Missed It here on your dashboard tab where you see the What's Up Wednesday tile. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Wednesday. Thanks, everyone.